Welcome to the 10-Minute Treasurer. My name is Jeff Pospisil, and in this video I'm going to have you walk with me as I apply for an EIN for a church. So an EIN, that's the tax ID for a church, and there's a lot of reasons why you need a tax ID. You need it if you're going to pay employees, or a lot of times for banking or grants. A lot of these legal things, you need a tax ID. And so this will help you get there. All right, let's get to it. So you're going to need a little bit of information before you go and try to apply for your EIN. You can apply for the EIN online, but there's a time window. You can't save the application and then get back to it. So here's what you need before you start. First of all, you need a responsible person. And what do I mean by that? I mean the person that you want to talk to the IRS. A lot of times this is going to be your treasurer, or whoever cuts the payroll checks. That's going to be the person that you want to designate for the honor of being the responsible person. And chances are they are probably one of the more responsible people in your church. You're going to need their full name and you're going to need their social security number. So chances are, because they are responsible, they're going to be the ones that are actually doing this application online anyway. But if they're not, you need to get that information. The next thing you're going to need is you're going to need a little bit of church info. And what do you need? You need their legal name. So there's that corporate legal name usually. There is also the physical address is the main one you need. And if there's a separate mailing address, you need that. So that's all you need. This is super simple. This is as easy as it gets. Normally the IRS is zero fun to work with, and this is not fun, but it's not painful either. So let's go ahead and I'll walk you through it. All right, so you can see my web page right now. It says apply for employer identification number online, so apply for your EIN online. The link to this is down below in the description. And then when you scroll down, you're going to see this button that says apply online now. Click that. And you're going to get a warning message. Chances are you're not going to read it the same way I didn't read it. Chances are you're also not going to read this page either. Just go ahead and click begin that application. And the first thing is you have to say, what kind of an organization are you? You're going to want to click that bottom one. Technically, most churches are a C Corp. So when you fill out a W-9, normally you fill out C Corp. But really, we want to do that other one because then there's an option to pick a church. There's also, if you click on any of these, there'll be a little pop-up that you can read more about it. So like church-controlled organization, like a youth group or a women's group or something like that. That might be there. And then there's a description of a church. If you don't know what a church is, that is the description. But you're most likely, if you're a church, this is what you're going to want to choose. And then if we scroll down here, you can see that there's this other nonprofit. And that might be a good one for, let's just say you're a different type of ministry. You're a feeding ministry or something like that. You can go ahead and click that, and that would work for you. So I'm going to go ahead and go forward. And it's just going to confirm that you know what a church is, and I'm not going to read this either. So I'm going to just go to the next one. And this one, so if you're a new church, obviously you should choose start a new business. If you lost or have an invalid EIN, your pastor or somebody tried to file for their taxes online and they got an error message and they weren't able to apply, maybe you want to do the banking purposes. I'm not totally for sure what you're going to get there. So my own philosophy is I don't want to mess with the IRS any more than I have to. I just want to make it right with the people I serve as well as the IRS. So I'm mostly going to recommend that people just go ahead and start a new business, even if you are an existing church. And then let's go ahead and fill in the name of the responsible party, and I'm going to say I'm responsible. And I'm even going to put in my social security number because they're going to make me do that. Hopefully I blurt it out. That is the hope, is that I blur it out before this goes live so that I don't have to buy a LifeLock or something like that. Anyway, we'll see if that works. And then I'm going to say that if I was a third party, if I was doing this as a CPA, I would pick the third party one. But chances are you're either an employee, an officer, such as the treasurer, or just a member. So go ahead and click that top one. And then let's go ahead and continue. And now they're going to ask you for the physical address of the church. So that was the information you needed. And I'm just going to put my home address there. That's already online, so people can have that. And all that information is available if you were to Google me. And they're going to say, do you have a separate mailing address? So if you need the written communications, will come to that physical address unless you enter in another mailing address. But I don't, so I'm just going to go ahead and click continue, and it wants to know if I want to save my address, which I don't. So kind of a cute story. My kids had started a small church out of our home during COVID, and they called it Jesus Christ Church. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to call this one. And I'm going to say that we are starting in January of 2023. Even if my church had already been in existence, I'm still just going to put that date in there. I'm recording this in December of 2022, so I want to put January of 2023. It'll make it easier. IRS will finally know that we have employees, and everything should work out fine for them. There's some questions here. The correct answer is no, 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 4 no's, and then a yes if you're going to have employees. And chances are the reason why you're doing this is because you are going to have employees. So then you can go ahead and click continue. And again, I'm doing this in December, so I'm going to say starting with the first payroll in January of 2023, that's when I'm going to start. And that way the IRS will finally attach our pastor to our church officially. So if you had an invalid one, or if you're a brand new church, it's just the first day you're going to cut payroll. The other employees, I'm just going to put 2, so it's the number of people you're planning on issuing a W-2 to. And then there's this one about the $1,000 for payroll taxes. So this is how much you're going to pay in payroll taxes. So if you pay lay employees over that $6,000 sum, then you need to click no. Otherwise, if you click yes, because you're going to pay them less than that, all you need to do is do an annual return. And if I look correctly, that's a 944. Otherwise, you have to do the quarterly 941. So that's the difference. So if you have more than 6,000 some in lay employees being paid, then you need to do the quarterly returns. And guess what? Now the last thing is receive the letter online. Do that. And all you'd have to do then is click continue here, and you're going to be able to download the letter, and you're going to have your EIN all ready for you. And I'm going to actually show you my EIN letter. I'm not going to show you my EIN, but I have my small business JCT accounting, and I want to show you that. So here is the EIN letter that you get automatically, instantaneously from the IRS. You can also have them mail it to you, but I would rather get it, download it, print a copy to it, and there it is. So it'll have your EIN right there, those 2 places that I have blacked out. That is where your church's EIN will be, and you can use it right away. All right? Just to the end, I hope that this was worth your time, that you found this helpful, that it was easy to follow through. And if there are other subjects or topics that you want me to cover, go ahead and leave something in the comments, or email me, or catch me online on Facebook, something like that. I always appreciate getting those suggestions. Also, you can find more of my stuff on my blog. There'll be a link to that in the description as well. Well, you're on YouTube, so it's also on my channel. You can look through all those different videos that I have there. Maybe you might find something that'll be helpful there. All right, until next time, God bless.